in the case of a transgender woman like myself who had bottom surgery, my vagina canal stops. A vagina, regardless of whether it's cisgender or transgender, is difficult to inspect. And you insert them into your vagina.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Caroland. If you're new here, hola, mi nombre es Carolina. I feel like Dora the Explorer.
Hola, soy Dora.
I am an actress, I'm an activist, I'm a fitness instructor, I'm a vegan foodie, and I am also a transgender woman. And in the last 5 years since I've been on YouTube, I've been documenting my transition. I started transitioning 10 years ago, but it wasn't until 5 years that I started talking to you guys about what it is to be a transgender Latina woman living in the United States in today's society. In regards to that, I wanted to talk about in today's video what it is to have had bottom surgery, gender reassignment surgery after 4 years. I'm going to give you guys a detailed count of what is life. You know, everything from healing to sex to libido, dilating, cleaning, going to the gynecologist, and a few other things. But before I do that, I wanted to give a big shout out to a company called ITALO Jewelry. They are a jewelry company that sent me these beautiful jewelry pieces that you see right here. This necklace, these earrings, and this ring. The first set is the necklace and the earrings, and they're called the Pair Collection Tennis, Pendant, Necklace, and Drop Earrings. And then we got this beautiful ring. It's the rose gold V design pair created white sapphire engagement ring. I looked at their website and I was like, okay, this is gorge. And you know, a picture can sometimes give you a wrong impression because things look way better on pictures. They can be retouched or whatever or enhanced, but then when I saw them in person, when I got my package finally, I was in awe of how beautiful these pieces are. I mean, you guys can see them and I wish you could touch them and feel them and try them on, and you actually can. You can go to their website, check out their entire collection. I definitely encourage you guys to give them a look and see what you like and look at their prices, because like I said, they're very affordable. And another thing that you will receive along with this beautiful packaging that you see back here, this gorgeous gift set, you get the white box, you get the individual box sets, these little blue boxes that are so cute, especially as a gift. Inside, you're gonna get your jewelry piece, you're gonna get a cloth to clean your jewelry, a certificate of authenticity, and a 1-year warranty along with instructions and a few other things. So ITALO Jewelry, thank you so much for sending me these pieces, and let's keep going with this video. So I mentioned that it's been 4 years since my gender reassignment surgery, and I want to talk about a few things. First thing about gender reassignment surgery, dilating. Dilating is a process in which you take a plastic rod in different sizes and you insert them into your vagina to make sure that you keep elasticity, width, and depth of your vagina after surgery. This is something that you have to do regularly, especially right after surgery, and then you can stop doing it as much, but you will always have to continue to dilate for the rest of your life if you want to keep that depth and that width and the elasticity of the tissue down there. I only have to do it once a week, as I mentioned before in other videos, but I have noticed that if I skip a week, sometimes I've skipped 2 weeks and I have not dilated, that things will get a lot tighter and it's a little more difficult to, you know, go in there. So my advice, as always, is don't forget to dilate. The next thing I'm going to talk about is going to the gynecologist as a post-op transgender woman. And why is this important? Well, first of all, a vagina, regardless of whether it's cisgender or transgender, is difficult to inspect. You probably know, if you have one, that looking down there and seeing what's going on is not easy. That's one of the main reasons why women or anyone that has a vagina does have to go to a gynecologist, because you need a doctor with specialized equipment to be able to go in there and see what is going on. That's why I get questions all the time from trans people or not, asking me if you are transgender and if you had bottom surgery, do you have to see a gynecologist? And the answer is Yes, I myself have not been to one in almost over 2 years, and I need to get on with it because I need to follow my own advice. Now, let's talk about cleaning your vag. Cleaning and maintaining your vag and your hygiene, it's really, really important as well, because as I mentioned in other videos, having a transgender vagina is like having a really deep belly button. That's probably the worst comparison when it comes down to how intricate a vagina is and how simple a belly button is. But when it comes down to, the vagina canal, they're both very similar in the sense that there's nothing connected to a vagina at the end of it. In the case of a cisgender woman, there is a uterus, there is a cervix, there are fallopian tubes, there's all these internal organs that are connected to their vagina. In the case of a transgender woman like myself, who had bottom surgery, my vagina canal stops at some point. And sometimes things can go in there and get trapped because it's such a tight space. So we're talking about things like hair, tissue, dust, things that you wouldn't believe that sometimes will just get lodged in there. Sometimes we don't realize, maybe we're wiping after peeing and some of the toilet paper can go up there. So something that's really important is douching. I've had this debate with other transgender women and other women in general because some people are against douching. And I understand this for cis women because apparently as a cisgender woman, your body, well, not apparently, but that's what doctors and other people say, that a cisgender vagina will clean itself and that you do not need to be douching and shooting up all these liquids up there because it can like disrupt your pH balance and blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to being transgender, our equipment is a little bit different inside. So I do recommend douching because I know for a fact that when I haven't douched, I've experienced some symptoms. And I don't want to get into detail, but let's just say that they're not very pleasant. And I've noticed that when I douche, those symptoms go away. And you know what the hell, I'm just gonna be honest. Sometimes odor can happen if you don't douche regularly. Sometimes you will have things that get lodged in there, and then if you don't douche, they're gonna stay there. Most likely. It's not, like I said, like a cisgender vagina. I'm just keeping it real. Now, what kind of liquid, what kind of douching you're using, that's up to you. People react differently to certain chemicals, to certain liquids. I personally use Summer's Eve vinegar, but you don't have to. You can use saline water with salt. You can use vinegar, the clear one, and they'll mix it up with some water. So I think it's just a trial and error thing when it comes down to it. But if you ask me, I think douching at least once a week is important. Moving on, let's talk about the last topic, and that is libido as a transgender woman post-op. Because we all know if you're medically transitioning, you will have to go through a process called hormone replacement therapy. When you have bottom surgery, your body will go through another process of hormone levels that will change. When I had surgery, my testosterone levels dropped a lot more than they ever were before, even if I was taking testosterone blockers, and my estrogen levels probably went up. Also, I'm taking estrogen on a regular basis. I do the shots. So your body is going to go through all these new changes as a transgender person post-op. And it can affect your sex drive. It can affect your libido. So why am I bringing this up? It's because I think it's really important to keep checking your levels on a regular basis. Even after surgery, I've met people and I know transgender women that are post-op personally that after surgery stop caring so much about keeping up with their hormones because they're like, well, I'm not producing testosterone as much. I, take estrogen here and there, so I should be okay. And I don't have that main source of testosterone in my body. Well, that's not right. That can actually be very harmful to your health. And one of the side effects of not keeping up with your hormone levels is lack of sex drive. It can affect other organs in your body. It can affect your entire being. Physically speaking, your mood, your stability, your mental psychological stability if your hormone levels are off. So this is something that you need to keep up with. Going to the doctor, getting blood work done at least once a year. It's super, super important. Anyways, guys, this is it for today's video. Once again, make sure you follow me on Instagram. My username is @Caroland14. I am super active there. Like I said before, I check on my messages, my DMs. I try to post almost every day on my story, on my feed. So please follow me there so that we can stay in touch. And I will be posting a lot more videos here on YouTube. I promise. I needed this break, but I'm back and I'm not going anywhere. So that's all for today's video. Thank you guys, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao!